Yo, what's up, everybody, including Lottie, Dottie. It's your boy Retro. Thank you for pressing play. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, and share.
Hey now, this is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, home of the Moto Mob where legends are made. You are now tuned in to the Retro Philosophy Show. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what to do. Press play.
Say, man, you know what it is, man. Special guest in the building. Much love and respect to my man Retro stopping through, y'all. Y'all know what to do.
Big Cell. You still keeping it 100.
You keep running away from your assignment like you got options. You ain't even got enough gas money to run away from God. Just stop and do what he told you to do. Like, I know you're tired. You wouldn't be if you listen.
You really just walked out untouched. What do you want to say to the people?
Next time y'all plan my funeral, check with God first. I don't die, I testify.
You sealed the den. What now?
He walked in like a snack and walked out like the Lion King. I'm applying for PTO, personal theology overhaul. Clearly, I'm on the wrong side.
What did you just witness?
Bro, I legit just witnessed interspecies diplomacy. Like, I swear, that den was as quiet as Judas at dinner. That's my man, Daniel the Rizzler. How you feel right now?
I feel vindicated. All them sideways looks when I said God still does miracles. Where y'all at now? I'm about to dance like David in front of this den.
Why didn't you attack?
He prayed before bed and tucked us in. That man gave me peace I ain't felt since Eden. Eating him would have been a sin.
Any final thoughts?
Prayer works. And the next time you plot on a prayer warrior, make sure to pack a miracle, because you'll need two.
Everybody say,
What's up, everybody, including Lottie, Dottie. You already know what it is. It's your boy Retro with you on today. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice. Yeah, and I'm gonna be glad at it. Yeah. I'm gonna go on and make the decision. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make the choice to rejoice. I want to talk to you about easy. How easy is easy, and is it ever really easy? That's all we want to talk about here on this morning. We won't be before you too long, but hopefully long enough. We would love to hear from you on today. Because, sometimes people see you and they think that, everything is easy peasy for you. You know what I mean? But I don't know if there's anything that's really ever easy. I'd really like to hear from you. What is your definition of easy? When you hear the word easy, what comes to mind? How do you define easy? For some people, they say that easy is, when there is no difficulty. But what do you do when there's no difficulty, but there's consequences? I'm just saying, see, we'll just jump right into this. We're not going to wait for anybody else to tune in. I have been hearing from different people that, they're not getting my notifications. And again, I'm not really sure what's the deal with that. But I digress, and so that I can move on. So, how do I want to say this? I don't think anything is really ever easy. Now, there is a thing, you probably heard this word once or twice, the anointing, or being anointed. And I think when someone is anointed to do something, number one, they have the grace of God to do it. And I heard one person say it this way: when someone is anointed to do something, it's God's grace on them to do what he would do and how he would do it if he were they. I can rock with that. I don't know about you, but I like the way that it's put that way. However, when you are anointed and you do something, you do it with such grace because God gives you the grace and the wherewithal. And it looks easy to those on the outside looking in, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. Listen to me. Those who are anointed, they pay a cost. They didn't pay the cost for the anointing, but there's a cost involved. There are some people who do things and they do it so well, and as a result, people dislike them, people hate on them, et cetera, and that is very taxing. I can't get no help up in here, but it's very taxing, ladies and gentlemen, and so the point is that they pay the cost. Stop looking at people and think they got life easy. You know, sometimes you look at people and they got a few nickels to rub together, pot to pee in the window to throw it out of, and you think that, you know, they just living life easy. I am of the persuasion that there are some things in life that we have acquired and accomplished, and it was merely the grace of God that allowed it, and it was a reward for going through. There's a scripture that talks about, it says, it says, how does it say? Let me make sure I get it right. It says, for in due time ye shall reap if you faint not. And I preached a message one time, what are you doing for the due? Come on, somebody. You see, we want that thing to work out. We want this, that, and the other. But the reality is, you had to suffer through some things, and everybody may not have seen it on Front Street. Everybody may not have seen the difficulty that you had to press through because you continue to smile. My mom used to say, if I was hungry, you wouldn't know it. You know, you can't let everybody know everything that you're going through all the time. Yes, it's good to be able to vent. We kind of mentioned that on yesterday about how, you know, you got to make sure you are in a safe space when you vent, because you got to realize that vents lead to other rooms. Did you guys hear me what I just said? Vents lead into other rooms. And so we do have to be careful when we are venting, because if you are venting to the wrong person or to the wrong people or in the wrong spaces, then it could cause you more problems down the road. It can make your way to go that much more difficult. The wonderful, the awesome evangelist Perlina Brown, she once pulled me aside and so eloquently said, don't give the devil a stick to beat you with. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, are you doing that? Do not, I repeat, in the words of evangelist Perlina Brown, do not give the devil a stick to beat you with. Sometimes it feels good to get it off your chest, but it's going to cost you so much more down the road because you vented once again to the wrong people. How easy is easy? Is easy ever really easy? Is it ever really easy? Again, I believe that there are many things that we have accomplished, acquired, so on and so forth. They were a result of us persevering. They were a result of us going through the go through. And again, the scripture is certainly true and right when it says, you shall reap if you faint not. In due season, you shall reap if you faint not. There are some things that I wanted that, truth of the matter is, oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing that. Hold on, let me see something here. Let me do this. Okay. Music is playing all over the place everywhere. Nevertheless, let me get back on track here. There are some things that we have accomplished, acquired, and received as a result of being rewarded for going through what we went through. Okay, I was going to say this. There were things in life that I wanted, but at that particular time you couldn't tell me I wasn't ready for it then. But I got to a place where I understood and I learned that even though I wanted it then, I'm glad I didn't get it then. So you have to realize that delayed is not denied. Sometimes God will delay a thing in your life, but that doesn't mean he is denying you of the thing you're seeking or the thing that you are after. Okay, you just have to realize that God's timing is perfect timing. He makes all things beautiful, not in your time, not in my time, not in their time, but in his time. Okay, he knows your end from your beginning. The psalmist, and I quote him quite often, I believe it was the psalmist, but I know the writer said, let me say it this way. The writer said, "It is good for me that I was afflicted." And sometimes being delayed, we don't think that it's proper. We don't think that it's fair. We don't think that it's right. And then what happens is we slip into another space. I should have had that soundtrack lined up, Slipping into Darkness. But then what we do is we slip into another space and we become angry and resentful. And now it's not so much the thing that we are that's being delayed, but it is now our current state of mind, and it is our emotions that are running wild that is now the problem. And so we have to get things under control, in control, and just submit to the will of God. Because if he doesn't give it to me on today, let me quote Apostle Leo Lewis. He says, "God may not pay on Friday, but he always pays on payday." Yeah, let me say that one more time, because you got to get this. It's going to bless somebody. It's going to help somebody. He may not pay on Friday, but he always pays on payday. You see, some of us think that payday is always on Friday. I remember I took a job one time working for, I believe it was the school system, and it got paid once a month. And it there were some pros and cons to that, but I wasn't used to that. Once a month you get one check a month. And so the point is, depending on who you're working for, depending on the job, depending on, maybe you're self-employed, and there are some people who may pay 50% of the job up front and the other 50% when the job is done. There are others that, it just all depends. I tell my kids all the time when they was young, you don't get what you deserve in life, you get what you negotiate. So anyway, he may not pay on Friday, but he always pays on payday. Stop looking at the day you think you ought to be paid. Stop thinking on the season you think you ought to reap this, that, and the other, and just begin to fall in love with Jesus all over again. Okay, because what you'll do is you'll take your mind off of the situation and you'll put your mind on the situation solver, the one who can make everything perfect, the one who can make everything right, the one that goes before you and make the crooked places straight and the rough places smooth. You see, sometimes we get our minds and our attention off of him, and we begin to focus on the wrong things. How easy is easy? Listen to me. Again, you may do it with no difficulty, okay, in terms of the task. But what about the consequences as a result of doing the work or completing the task? Some of you don't have enemies because you're a bad person. You have enemies because of what you've done. Let's just say take me, for instance. Hold on one second. Hold on.
You already know what it is. It's your homegirl, Lottie, Dottie. I'm in the building hanging out with Retro, and he ain't never lied.
We ain't no lies around here now. But I want to play that to just big up my homegirl, Lottie Dottie. Lottie Dottie is a fictitious individual, but ever so real. She represents those who are mistreated, those who have been overlooked, undervalued, mishandled, dropped, lied to, lied on. But she's somebody. And Lottie Dottie is somebody that we ought to stand up for. And some of you, you have a hard way to go because you won't turn the other cheek. You have a hard way to go because you won't sit there and watch someone be wrongfully handled and not say anything. You see them being, like they say, see something, say something. Look here, man. You always talking about snitches get stitches and end up we ain't talking about snitches now. We ain't talking about that. What I'm talking about is standing up for our brothers and our sisters. Standing up for humanity, for crying out loud. There are some people who benefit from, let me leave it alone. They benefit from it, but you're the one, thank God, who stands up to wrong. You call right, you call wrong, you call white, gray, black, whatever the case may be. You call it for what it is, regardless of where the chips may fall. And what you do is not difficult to do because it's in you, it's who you are. But the problem comes from you being who you are. Now, all of a sudden, I was reading something the other day, and there was I don't know, they didn't specify if it was a male or female, so let's just say it was a male, a young man who applies for a job. And he does something that I tried to encourage my kids to do, and that was simply negotiate. And so he negotiated the terms of his employment with this company, and he comes on making more than the people who were training him. Okay. And so as a result, they were upset. They were, what's a few other words I can use to describe the way they were feeling and the things that they were doing? They were upset. They were envious. They were contrary. They were problemsome. And what they did was they literally began to sabotage the individual. Now he's doing what he does. He's doing it without any difficulty, but it's causing him a problem. Mm-hmm. And so I say that to say this. Some of us, we do what we do without complaining, without any problems, as it relates to the task itself. Let's look at the Apostle Paul for a moment. Can we look at him for a moment? He was a man who many would say was anointed to do the will of God, the work of God. He certainly could write a letter. He's responsible for a bulk of the New Testament doctrine. And so this young man begins to do the work of the Lord, and he did it with ease. On one occasion, he said he doesn't consider it to be grievous to do what it is that he does. However, there were some things he had to suffer as a result of who he was and what he did. On one occasion, he talked about how he suffered shipwreck, how he suffered betrayal from his brethren, how he was whooped 49 times, I think it was, 39 stripes, and there were several other things that he began to explain that he had to suffer, all because of who he was and what he was doing. Now, let me talk about this because it kind of dropped in my mind. I mention this from time to time. What you do is not who you are, but who you are affects what you do. Does that make sense to you? Some people do good things, but doesn't mean they're good people. But good people don't do bad things. Let me move on. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, is easy, really easy. Do you ever sit down and look at your life, look at your accomplishments, look at your goals, look at what you're doing, where you're headed, and just become discouraged or maybe frustrated? Do you ever sit down and ask a question, when is someone going to check on me? When is somebody going to help me? Well, the reason why you probably don't get the help that you think you need is because you do it with such grace. You do it without complaining. You do it, and you make it look easy. You make it look easy. And shout out to you. I'm praying for you. I was talking to a gentleman on yesterday, and said, "How you doing?" Genuinely concerned I was. And how you doing? He said, "Man, I'm all right. I'm all right. It's gonna be all right." He had nothing to complain about. Now, he had a few things that he could have, explained, but he chose to focus on the positive, And so, of course, through conversation, we discovered, or we found out, or we were informed a level of what he was dealing with. But even as he began to explain some of the things that he was dealing with, it wasn't coming from a negative place. It wasn't coming from a melancholy. He was very positive. He even took ownership in a level of the difficulty that he was facing. Now that right there that's powerful. Because how often do we, I'm not going to add me in that, how often do people deflect the situation and refuse to take ownership. Now, I get it. Some people are going to come against you. Some people are going to fight you. But sometimes you got to look into that thing and ask, what did I do to provoke this? What did I do to, as Sister Pearlina Brown said to me, don't give the devil a stick to beat you with. And so, hats off to my homie for taking ownership, for number one, not complaining. But number two, even after facing the reality of what he was up against, he took ownership. He took ownership. Because you know what happens when you point the finger, right? Yeah, I know. Some of you are going to say you got three pointing back at you, and that there's truth to that. But there's another level to explore. Whatever you point the finger at, you give the power to. And that is why it is important for us, no matter how easy or how difficult, to take ownership for the parts that we played or may have played. Because if we don't, we're going to get played. And the thing that we point the finger to, the person or people or situations that we put the blame on, will now have power over you and your situation. And don't ever give anybody that much power over you. It's your boy Retro with you on today, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I just want to hop on and say what's up to everybody, including Lottie Dottie. Before I let you go, I do want to talk about a couple things, though. We got a few things going on that we need for you to be aware of and be, up to date on. And so where we're gonna start, Retro? We're gonna start with number one. Let's see here, bada boom, bada bang. Let's start with this right here, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie. Your boy is getting ready to launch out on a pretty big ride. This is going to take place 2026, August of 26. Retro's nifty 50-50 classic adventure. Okay, I am going to be 50 in 12 more days. Good God from glory. Can't believe it's December already, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll be 50 on the 13th. And so celebrating my 50th year on this earth, I will be taking the nifty 50 classic adventure ride. And you can scan the QR code and you can join me on the entire ride or a portion of the ride. It's completely up to you. Scan it and check out the sheet, guys. You might find something interesting there. So anyway, Route 50 begins in Ocean City, Maryland, and ends in West Sacramento, California, stretching over 3,000 miles one way. It's a major east-west highway that passes through 13 states. So just a little background. Check it out. You'll find the loneliest highway on there and several other rides on Route 50. It avoids major interstate. It's U.S. Route 50. So it'll send us through a lot of back roads and small towns. And so the interesting thing about it is we're not going to be on Ruby Red. Hopefully she'll be fixed by then. I'm pretty sure she will. And we won't be on the Gold Wing either. Well, not the F6B, but we will be on a 1975 Gold Wing, a 50-year-old motorcycle and a 50-year-old man riding Route 50 from end to end. So that's what's going on with the Retro's Nifty 50, guys. So if you are interested or would like to participate, you can, as I said, scan the QR code and all the information is there. I'll be leaving North Carolina headed to Maryland, so maybe you could say, hey, I'll ride with you from North Carolina to Virginia. Well, cool, come on. We will, on our way to Virginia, we will be stopping at the Moto Mob. Shaquila Bussy wants to meet us and ride with us a portion of this trip. K Solo said he's going to ride a portion of the trip. Matter of fact, he said he's going to ride the whole trip. So you'll be hearing more from us about that. Boston and also Solo King, they're also planning to join your boy, man, and ride this ride, man, Route 50 end to end. So ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, man, if you want to be a part of this venture, like I said, man, scan that QR code and let me know where you're going to be meeting us at and how long you want to ride with us. And there's also ways that you can support the this here endeavor. Retro's Petrol, or Petrol for Retro. If you want to buy a tank of gas for me, you can just scan that QR code and do all that good stuff there. So Retro's Nifty 50/50, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great ride. I'm looking forward to it. We're getting ready to start sharing with you the Goldwing that we're going to be riding. And so, as I said, man, I'm really excited, looking forward to this trip. Let's see here. Bada boom, bada bang. What we got next here? We want to give a shout out to Special Delivery down there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. They launched out just recently and knocked out the four corners of Georgia and South Carolina. And so we had the privilege of joining them at their clubhouse, deliver them their patches, and just heard more about their story. Very interesting story. Those ladies are doing great things down there in the Fayetteville area. So make sure you guys check them out the next time you're up there in the Fayetteville area. Special Delivery, we appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to all of you lovely ladies. They're doing it out there, man. Check it out, man. On December the 4th at 8 p.m., we will be airing episode number 2 for Straight Talk, the podcast, with yours truly, Retro. We got Dr. Kelvin and Dr. David. They're going to be in the building as well. Let's make some noise for them. Yes, sir. So make sure you guys join the conversation. Straight Talk. Shepherds, Warriors, and Kings. We're going to finish that up, and then very likely talk about some other things as well. Govern yourselves accordingly. I'm telling you, man, it's just all good, man. It's all good. New podcast that we're starting once again. Dr. Kelvin, Dr. David, and yours truly, Retro, in the building. Make sure you guys check us out. We are all three pastors with three different perspectives and three different understandings and things of that nature. So we're just coming together to talk about some things very candidly, very openly, very honestly, and I believe it's necessary. We'll be having special guests from time to time, so if you would like to join us for a conversation, you are more than welcome to do so. Just, you can hit up either one of us, and we'll go ahead and make it happen. But this coming Thursday, December the 4th, it's going down right here on the Retro Philosophy Show at 8 p.m. All right, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise. I've been enjoying it so far, guys, man, and we're looking forward to continue to do some more, as I said, conversation. Let's see here. Bada boom, bada bang. What do we want to do next? There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's pause the music for a moment. Kingdom Alignment Motorcycle Ministry presents to you once again the annual Genesis Ride. It goes down every January the 1st, okay? And so we certainly would love for you to come and join us. We are giving the first ride of the year to the Lord, and we're going to be riding in His glory. Wouldn't it be nice to bring the new year in the right way? Just honoring, acknowledging, and just giving, as the church folk would say, your first fruits to the Lord, even as it relates to your motorcycling journey. Yeah. I know there's others that will be doing motorcycle rides for the first of the year, and that's cool, But if you so desire to bring the new year in, the first ride on your motorcycle, in reverence to God and in alignment with God's word, then join us, okay? Kickstands up at what time is kickstands up? Bada boom, bada bang. Kickstands up. 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. All right, kickstands up at 10 a.m. We'll be leaving from Upper Praise Ministries in Mooresville, North Carolina, 442 Westmore Avenue. If you need any more information, make sure you inbox me, send me a snail mail, a telegram, or whatever, and we'll fill you in with all that stuff. We'll be doing a ride. The ride will last for about an hour. The entire ride will be no more than an hour, give or take. And we will end at a local restaurant, and I'm thinking we're going to probably be at the same one we were at last year. They treated us really nice. They welcomed us with open arms, and the owner is a biker himself. So we're looking forward to that. Now, here's what we do at the Genesis Ride. Okay, of course, we start out in prayer before we hit the road. As that goes without saying. But once we get back to the restaurant, we really dive in and do some sharing. We do what we call a recap. So we'll be doing a recap of 2025, sharing some highlights, some lows, some ins, and some outs, as it related to the motorcycle ministry. Last year year, what we did was we broke it up, and each team member shared their highlights. And so you're welcome to join us for that. And then after that, we cast vision for 2026. So for the new year, we'll be releasing what the Lord has laid on our hearts. So we've been seeking God for, for enlightenment, illumination, and revelation. And then again, when we sit down to fellowship and break bread, we will do a recap of 2025, and we will cast vision for 2026. So it's more than just a ride, ladies and gentlemen. We are kingdom minded, we are Christ centered, and we are Holy Ghost filled. So come ride with a group of folk that love the Lord, and we love you too. All right. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Genesis ride. Make sure you put it on your calendar, make it a date, and don't be late. We also have What's Love, which is our marriage enrichment sessions. Those take place once a month. We have had, I think we are gearing up for session number 4. So we've had 3 so far. We started the What's Love page quite a while ago, and but it was just all online with the intention of doing something tangible, and at some point. And so we actually got to that point this year, and we started doing the marriage enrichment sessions. Okay, no one knows everything, but everybody knows something, and it's been really great getting together with the other couples and just sharing what we know about relationship, what we know about love, because again, man, iron sharpeneth iron, and it's great to sit down and just reason one with another and learn from each other. And so that's what this has been. It's been a great opportunity to fellowship with some other couples and things of that nature. So if you're struggling, or maybe you're not struggling, but you want to just get together and just talk and just fellowship, this would be a great event for you and your loved one. You say, well, Retro, I ain't got no that special somebody. Well, you can still come and participate, and that way when he or she comes along, you'll be ready, and you'll be able to maximize your newfound love. So marriage enrichment sessions, it is not restricted to just married couples, but it is primarily for married couples. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. What's Love? If you are not already a part of the group, make sure you join us over on Facebook, become a part, and you can dive into the comment sections and learn a little bit about those who are a part of this group. Okay. All right, let's see here. Bada boom, bada bang. Not sure how long that's been going on, but thank you for letting me know. Someone just texted me and said we're getting some double echo on the broadcast. So I believe that has been taken care of now. Thank you so very much. We're about to bring it to a close. Let's see here. Bada boom, bada bang. Before we do, let me go ahead and give a shout out to my man, 50 Gram, the one and only Mr. Eddie Bird over there at LEDs and Bags. You guys can check him out on all social media platforms. He'll get you right, ladies and gentlemen, get you all your color match parts for your motorcycle, and even more. He can do that and even more. Tell him Retro sent you, and he'll take good care of you. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, it's your boy Retro, coming through just for a short minute. If you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. Once you get over there, hit the like button and interact in the comment section. It does help the algorithm. It does indeed. So that's it for me, man. I'm going to leave you alone. As I often say, I'm going to do something the devil won't do, and I'm going to leave you alone. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all be blessed, and we'll catch you guys on the next go round.
Plug in. It's cold out this mug, man, so everybody be on their way. This in Arizona right now. Not only he riding 2 up, he riding with a trailer, and he doing an iron butt going back home. That's what I'm talking about. Good. And they're off. Brotherhood, baby. Bought a tank, burn the tank. That's what you're supposed to do. Buy a tank, burn the tank. When your brothers come through your state. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Now, my turn to get back to the crib. Holla at y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie. It's your boy Retro. Let you know that registration for Mission 448 is open. You can register today and ride the four corners of your state or multiple states. Who's going to be the first to collect the four corners of each of the lower 48 states? Hashtag Who's Got Next. Register today and ride the four corners of your state. And I am honored and privileged to be down here at Special Delivery Clubhouse, as you can see. And man, you should take a walk. Matter of fact, you need to come down here to Fayetteville and check them out and support their business and everything. But they launched out last year, I think it was, and knocked out the North Carolina Four Corners. Well, they came back and they want to knock out Georgia and South Carolina. So they're setting the bar real high. So y'all got to really work to catch up to them. They knocked them out back to back, both Georgia and South Carolina. So without any further ado, we got some patches that no longer belong to me. It belongs to Special Delivery. So here you got for Georgia.
Thank you.
Bada boom, bada bang.
Thank you.
But you also have South Carolina as well.
Thank you.
Boom, bada bang. And so, ladies and gentlemen, saints and mates, hashtag Who Got Next. They knocked it out like bosses, man. How many days y'all took to do it?
3.
3 days, which is great because they knocked out 2 states in 3 days. Anything you guys want to say about the ride?
It wasn't that cold.
Okay.
It started off, we had cold and then got a little bit warm, and then Monday on the back.
Sunday, it was 86 degrees Sunday while we were beautiful.
Okay.
And then Monday,
it was freezing. However, the ride, it was very good. Like minimum traffic, didn't have any no real major issues. The memories and the miles with my sisters was awesome. That's always great, getting out with my girls.
So how long y'all been riding together?
Let me see, I've been in SD since 2006.
Okay.
So I've been riding with them since 2006.
2005 for me. But about the ride, I would say my favorite part of the ride was Lookout Mountain, Georgia, because I love the mountains, I love the turns, and all that extra stuff.
When it started getting dark.
Yeah, we're trying to get back in. It's time to go break. Let's go.
Look how long caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it. You know? And when we got to the bottom, I was like, oh, okay.
And you right there at Chattanooga, Tennessee at that time. You get down to the bottom.
So we actually stayed the night in Chattanooga.
Nice. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, Special Delivery in the building. And I'm actually in their building.
Always on time.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, you already know what it is. It's your boy Retro, and I'm here with Christ Descendants. We got the one and only Digger and
Skits.
And we out here. He's digging, he's skidded, and I'm just old school retro. But these gentlemen here, man, they have just completed the North Carolina Four Corners. So we are privileged and honored to present them with their patch for the NC Four Corners. That's for Skids, and this is for Crazy Digger, because he's been all over knocking out all kind of four corners. Digger, there you go, bro. We appreciate you guys, man, Christ Descendants, supporting this whole movement, man. And we're going to get some states together. Just stay tuned, because it's coming. Skids, you got any words you want to say?
Beautiful ride. If you got a chance to do it, get out there and do it. Pound the pavement.
There you go. Out on that pavement, guys. What about you, Digger?
Get it. It's amazing. It is. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they got their rigs out there, man. They got the trailers. They did it with trailers too, both of them. So we're gonna get some footage of their trailers here in a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, hashtag Who Got Next, Mission 448. These gentlemen have just completed the Mission 448 NC Four Corners, and let's show them some love. Bada boom. Ladies and gentlemen, Saints and Ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie, Dottie, it's your boy Retro. Honored to be standing right here with the one and only Pop-Off in the building. And if you don't know how she got that name, don't find out the hard way. That's all I got to say. That's all I'm saying.
I've matured.
Okay. That's a different time. Okay. But Pop-Off hit me up the other day and says, hey, man, I'm going to knock out Georgia Four Corners. So we have her patch right here. Bada boom, bada bang. Hashtag Who Got Next. Pop-Off, we want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to knock that out for us.
For sure.
And
thank
that's
you.
Your patch right there.
I appreciate you.
She's officially been patched. You got anything you want to say about the ride?
Honestly, it was a great ride. Pressure did an awesome job of mapping everything out.
Yeah.
Her husband and one of the other bros came down and they escorted us the whole way. So it was like extremely peaceful, relaxing. We got our speeds up, but that's for off the camera talk.
Yeah.
But we enjoyed all 4 corners. We had a good ride. Ultimately, I'm glad she stretched it out over 2 days and we didn't have to rush it. So we actually got to enjoy it. And I feel like when I do the rest of them, I want to do it the same way. Actually, be able to enjoy the journey and where we're going.
And that's what's up, because you can literally tailor make it as you want to suit you and your riding needs. But with this in mind, we kind of did it so that people would slow down and enjoy it, because there's a lot to see between corner to corner.
Yep, it was. And there's some stuff I was like, man, I got to go back and take pictures. You know how some of those small towns got murals? But I mean, I was like, we got to go back and take pictures. You can always go back and do an IBA, but it was better to do it spaced out. It was a good ride. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here from the one and only Pop-Off in the building. Mission 448, 4 corners of Georgia. Hashtag Who Got Next.
Yeah, who got next?
Yeah. Keep me burning, till the coming of